Welcome back, students. Good morning. In the last period, we have seen the first chapter, that is networking concept. We have also seen the advantages of networking and types of networking, and we also finished the theory of this chapter. Now we'll move to the next chapter, that is Introduction to DBMS. Now, what is data here? Data is nothing but the raw, which has no meaning in its raw form, but when converted into information, it can easily be interpreted. This generates the need to organize data and transform it into meaningful information. Information is the most important element in one's life. From a child to an old man, a professional to a homemaker, everyone needs information. It is essential to provide a structure to data which can be achieved with the help of a database. The information should be maintained in such a manner that can easily be presented in desired format. In this chapter, you will learn about the basic concept related to the database that will help you to cultivate a better understanding of MS Access, the relational database management system from the Microsoft Office suite. Now let's move to the database. It is an organized collection of information that can easily be accessed, managed and updated. The overall purpose of database is to record and maintain information that is related to the organization and necessary for making decisions. A database is an integral part of your daily life. Everyone likes to maintain his or her personal address diaries, which wherein one records his or her friends' addresses, telephone numbers. Have you ever noticed that how do you maintain such a address diaries? Well, you maintain the information alphabetically, and whenever any information is needed, you browse and extract the information quickly. From time to time, you keep on adding in addresses of new friends. Sometimes you even delete and update the addresses. All these various operations like adding, updating, sorting, editing, deleting, etc. are the part of database. A telephone directory, a dictionary, a list of school children and their addresses, a list of grocery items, a catalog in a library, the index at the back of textbook, list of different customers in bank, etc. are the example of database. Next is DBMS. DBMS stands for Database Management System. A DBMS is a collection of programs that enables one or more users to create, manage and retrieve information from a database. It acts as an interface between the user and the application programs. Now we will see the advantages of DBMS. The first one is to reduce data repetition. A DBMS helps in controlling duplication of data. The data is stored on one location and it is accessible to all the application programs, thus reducing both cost and space. Next, integrity can be improved. Since the data is centralized and then it would be used by a number of users at a time, hence it improves the integrity. Next, database can ensure data security. It provides security to sensitive data by performing checks and giving selective access to users. Backup and recovery management. These are the procedures which are used in protecting database against data loss or in case a disk crash occurs. Next is data sorting. A collection of data is useless until it is managed in an organized way. A DBMS sorts the data in a particular order which makes it easy to handle. Now, the last but not the least, data retrieving. By using an efficient DBMS, you can instantly retrieve any data from the database. Let us take an example of bank. Whenever you use a debit card at an ATM, it provides us the details of your account within seconds. Hence, a DBMS not only helps in storing large amount of data, but also helps in quick retrieval of information. Now, let's move to the next point in this chapter, that is types of database. A database can be categorized into two types, a flat file database and relational database. Flat file database. It is relatively a simple database system which stores all the data in a single table. A flat file refers to data files that contains records which have a small fixed number of fields without any structured relationship, for example MS Excel. Next data type is relational database. A relational database is a type of database that stores data in several tables. These tables are related to one another in such a way that whenever there is a need, the data can be joined and information can be accessed from them at once. The relationship between the different tables can be defined by their common fields. The main advantage of using a relational database is that you are not required to enter repetitive information in table again and again, which in turn saves the time. For example, Oracle, Base and MS Access. Now let's move to the next point, components of RDBMS. A database contains a specific structure to store data. Let us study about some basic terminologies used in a database that will help us to know about the functioning of DBMS. The first component is tables. Table stores the complete data in structured manner. They store data in the form of rows and columns called records and fields respectively. Every table has finite numbers of columns, but it can have infinite rows. Next point is elements of table. Fields. All the columns in a table are called fields. A field contains only one type of information. For example, the field roll number of the table students will store the roll number of all the students. Next is records. The rows in the table are called records. A record contains the values for all the fields and belong to a single person. Next is data. A set of characters that represents a valid values is known as a data. Next component is queries. As the name suggests, queries are used to ask questions from database. A database stores vast amount of data, but queries help us to retrieve the filtered data based upon some conditions. Queries are also used to perform actions such as a delete, update, etc. on the data based upon some criteria. Next component is forms. Forms are the user-friendly interfaces that facilitates the process of entering data in tables and queries. A form has an attractive interface that accepts data from the user and forwards it to the corresponding table or the query. Next component is reports. Reports are used to display selected data in a printable format. Reports collect the summarized data from one or more tables of the queries and organize it in a printable form. Now let's move to the next point in this chapter, that is, what is relationship? Relationships are links that associate a field in one table with a field in another table. In Access, you store data in the multiple tables which are related to one another in such a way that if there is a need, the data can be joined from these tables and information can be retrieved. A relationship works by matching the field with the same name in both the tables. In most cases, these matching fields are the primary key from one table that uniquely identifies each record in the second table. Students, here we have finished our second chapter. Now let's move to our theory section. As I know you don't have a textbook, so I'll give you the question and answer both. Complete that in your computer CW with your neat handwriting. We will check your works when the school restart. Till then, take care. Bye bye.